should have bet for plenty money.
The horse will help me, man. All right, guys. So, teachers are being militant. They're not having this wage offer. They've sent their executive back to the bargaining table. Nev, I'm going to throw this one to you so I can.
You know what? I've been trying to find out what they are asking for. I know what they said they're not taking, but I don't think I've seen what they say they want.
I think they want 5%.
Yeah, I've tried to. I'm not saying they haven't said it. I just was trying to figure out. Anyway, they also, some of them said shut down the schools island-wide to press their demand for a better offer.
You know, they're actually doing this in West Virginia now.
Yeah,
it's been like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, but some people, well, they have said no to that. And they also voted no. 313 said no, 37 said yes. I'm told one spoiled ballot and one no response. So I don't think it's a ballot, but one of the, what do we call it, was spoiled and no response. So
I think other groups have accepted a 16% over 4 years and 4% per year. They're saying they don't want that.
They're also demanding that the special allowance of protective clothing be increased to $20,000 per year, up from currently $18,504. They also want teachers to be paid $2,500 to mark research papers and $2,000 per student for supervising teaching practice. Oh.
I wonder what's going to happen if they don't.
But again, you said 5%, but again, I'm trying. I don't know if I heard it and I just can't remember.
It was 3% initially. They said they didn't want that.
Then it went to 4.
Then it went to 4. They said they don't want that either.
And they said they don't want a 4-year thing. They want a 2-year thing.
Oh,
they said they want
able to negotiate again.
Yeah.
I mean, these public sector workers have been holding strain for a long time, you know. But then on the other hand, the government says we don't have the money. So I don't know.
Well, we need them so much though. So we hope that they're not going to shut down the schools. That, especially with CSEC coming up. Like, no.
Yeah.
You really don't want anything like that.
And GSAT.
Yeah, yeah. All right. This one is quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but there was a little lady by the name of Tiana Ken who had cancer. A GoFundMe account was started for her. She's crying foul because she says she's left holding hospital bills of $80,000. And her daughter is no longer here.
Yeah, apparently, after being told here in Jamaica by doctors that there was really nothing to be done with young Tiana, which is quite unfortunate. She said she was convinced by one Sheena Carty, founder of Jamaican Madhouse, which apparently is a Facebook humanitarian group, to get a third opinion in the United States. She said Carty, who started a GoFundMe campaign titled Life for Princess Tiana, which was done in July 2016, actually raised about 10,000 US. She says, according to GoFundMe records obtained by the Green, Carty raised a total of $10,105 US. But she said even before she arrived in the United States, this is the mom of young Tiana, Sheena had withdrawn $4,653.71. She says none of that money was used to assist her with buying the airline tickets because our Prime Minister sponsored the trip. She says when she arrived in America, went to the hospitals, the doctor said there was nothing they could do because the cancer was too far gone. And because she had a chance to come back to Jamaica, she said her daughter died. She said the only thing that this lady paid for was the funeral, which cost about $1,800 US.
So she now has some $80,000, 10 million Jamaican in hospital bills to pay. Carty, she says, has told her that she has paid some of the bills, but the hospital says they have no record. She's not taking the mother's calls. And there's another campaign that's been started in Tiana's name, even when Tiana died. Problem is that the State Department shows no record of any corporation that is in Sheena's name. She has a march for next Thursday called Sheena Carter Foundation of Love.
Yeah.
Not registered in the US, but it has a letterhead and a phone number representing that country. The Gleaner reached her last week, but they were told that they have to talk to her lawyer. They're planning to do a story. So
Sure.
we have to get to the bottom of that because, you know, there's so many people who get swindled through campaigns like this.
Yeah, man. But
These
I mean,
GoFundMe campaigns and money doesn't get to where it ought to go.
I don't know what is going on, but if there's any truth to this, I mean, you can't do that, man. You can't do that.
People do it all the time.
You can't do that, man. You will take advantage of a mother whose child is so very sick and sure. All right. What is Sir Damien saying now? He says
So Damien is speaking about Sir Trump.
Yeah, Trump's threat to impose levy on aluminum import. I think Mr. King is suggesting some ominous warning. You could say it would make countries poorer. He says there are possibly implications for Jamaica and other alumina exporting countries if the threat materializes. He says the U.S. cost of production will rise as Americans pay more than the rest of the world for steel and aluminum. So exports will fall.
Well, he says that Trump has no idea of the consequences of this bomb, he calls it. I would agree, because he never even told the rest of his cabinet or anybody in his circle that he was going to announce it. So everybody's running to try and kind of catch up with what's going to be happening. They say they'll announce the details of that plan sometime this week.
Yeah.
So usually you work out the details and then you announce, right?
Yeah.
Not in this administration. No.
Him just announce it and then him say, wait, oh, wait, what?
Correct. Or he leaves other people to figure out how it's going to be done.
That's been his modus operandi.
Where the stock market reels in the wake of the announcement.
Oh
boy. Anyway. All right, so it's the 5th of March. You have birthdays there?
Well, we're not sounding so wonderful.
So great. Frogs in our throats.
It look like we're just infect the whole place.
No.
Belated happy birthday to Queen and Samuels. I got this morning. Apparently the birthday was a couple of days ago, but I just got it this morning in an envelope. So Queen and Samuels, I hope you had a great day. It says also wish Katie happy birthday. When it comes, Katie's birthday was yesterday. It doesn't even say who it's coming from. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Belated happy birthday also to Neville Kelly. Apparently Mr. Kelly is a former leg spinner for Lucas and Kensington, went to Kingston College, and he's 85 years old. So I hope you had a great day, sir, and many, many happy returns. Happy birthday to Jamora Robinson. Jamora, have a brilliant day. Today is coming from your mom, Dahimia, your Auntie Toya, your cousins Jahim and Jamal, and the entire family in New York and Florida and wherever else they are. And happy birthday to the lady they call Tapita, who runs up at Norma's. She's Norma's daughter. So Tapita, I think her right name is Carlene, but Tapita, everybody calls her Tapita. I hope you have a brilliant day today, my friend.
Why do they call her Tapita?
I don't know. I will ask her next time I see her. Why do they call it Tapita? You can tell me. And then I just tell the whole world. But I hope you have an absolutely brilliant day. She's a wonderful person.
The whole world, are you going to tell her?
Huh?
You're going to tell the whole world?
Why not? Just tell me, I mean, just tell everybody. You know me, just talk plenty. So Tapita, have a great day today. I'll probably see you later on. And many, many happy returns. I have to read this in its entirety.
That's not my mother, is it?
It says,
okay.
No, your mom would be on the phone.
Yeah,
it says, happy 30th anniversary to my darling wife, Sharon O'Brien Harrow. Thank you for putting up with me for the last 30 plus years.
Read that line again.
To my darling wife, Sharon O'Brien Harrow. Thank you for putting up with me for the last 30 plus years. May God continue to shine in our union.
Aww.
Love you. And I see you when I get home. There
Harrow, I see you when I get home.
So,
what?
What you plan to do when you get home,
go
please?
Harrow, go.
What you plan to do when you get home? Let me just tell her that now. And when I get home, my darling, I am speaking on behalf of your husband.
When I get home.
Boy, Everard, brilliant. Boy, your wife, to be honest, is my manager, but your wife being a medal of honor. I mean, no, man.
Tell her good morning.
Yeah, Mrs. Harrow. Boy, I mean, you're
Notice
good.
he said, thank you for putting up with me.
Yeah, man.
So he knows.
Y'all went to school together,
It's
right?
a problem.
Yeah, man, they went to school together. This is fantastic. 30 years, brilliant stuff.
Well done, Harrow.
So Sharon and Everald Harrow, great 30 years together, obviously, that she's still there with him. Why are you brave?
Trust.
So have a great day today. Happy birthday, folks.
love.